At 9:15 is a cowboy sing-along, followed by a prayer by Reverend Bosley. But right now it's Surviving the Southwest. You're watching Southwest Public Access.
Hi, I'm Sequoya Waring and we're here in the wilderness of lovely Arizona, and today I'm going to teach you how to get to Mexico building a raft. So today we're going to build a raft to get to Mexico from Arizona, where we are now. Now, crossing the Rio Grande is no easy feat, but I think I have some ways to show you to do that today. Now, finding the right materials for the task can be a pretty daunting experience for anybody who's not very experienced in the wilderness, but for somebody who has as much tenure as I do in the wilderness, the nature is like a factory. So here are some of the materials I have for you today. There's a bunch of pieces of bark, and I'm going to gather these up in order to make my raft. And so let's get started. Now, two things you should always take with you if you're going to do this project is Titebond wood glue. You can use any brand, but I use Titebond. Or a simple roll of chapstick, and I will explain later what these do. So now let's go forage for materials. Alright, here, look at this. So this is rare Uganani grass. That's very good for tying together pieces of bark or wood for a sort of raft, and you want to have this on hand. If you see this, you want to make sure you grab as much of it as you possibly can. That's good. Alright, right here. You can see this is a tempo leaf, and these, when gathered together in great bundles, but you have to be very careful because they're very fragile, they're very good for buoyancy. So you want to make sure to put as many of these as possible on the bottom of your raft, and they will counteract your mass in the water. Oh, right here. Oh, look at this. So this powder right here is wild crane shit, and this is very, very good. If you can get this wet, it makes a very, very good glue or a paste to put stuff together. You want to make sure to have a handful of this wherever you go. Let's see. One more thing that I'm missing. It's around here somewhere. Somewhere in the woods is what I'm looking for. This particular thing should be around here somewhere about now. Here we go. So when a beaver eats wood such as you see here, sometimes it gets some stuck in its throat and it coughs it up like that. And this right here is really good as a fire starter. So if you need to start a fire, it doesn't really matter for what we're doing today. I just wanted to show you that. So with these three materials, we can help increase our chances by getting across the river to about 200%. All right, so now let's begin assembly on our raft. Let's take these nice pieces of wood and kind of just get them set into place. for our homemade raft. All right. Now I know this doesn't really seem like a big enough area for a person to fit on, but you'd be surprised. There we go. There we go. All right. All right, so now we have the basic part of the base of our raft set. Now let's try and use this umangi twine that I've made to sort of tie it together. All right, now these leaves, you really kind of want to just embed them into the log to sort of give it that extra buoyancy. You know what, I think what we're going to do is we're going to take some of this wild crane shit and just sort of stick them on there. When you get it into the water, they'll actually start to stick on more. So you don't need to worry about if they're kind of loose now. It's fine. Just put the rest of the stuff on there. Just kind of get it all set into its ways. Now we got the glue. Sometimes the top will get blocked. That's pretty normal. So you just want to kind of dip your finger in there, and it's great. And we'll just kind of wedge it in there. Make sure to get good, even coverage of it on the board, and it'll be fine. It's gonna stick together just fine. Don't worry if it's kind of loose again. Again, like this stuff, it works better in water. It's a watertight glue. So if your fingers just get dirty, just keep using different fingers. You know, you don't have to use the same finger over and over again. It really doesn't matter. A lot of things kind of in life in general just don't really matter. You know, maybe, you know, a lot of things don't really matter to a lot of different people. A lot of people have the different sort of like concept of, you know, what is monogamy, and people, you know, their morals kind of get twisted. Polyamory is fine, and that's fine. I agree with that, but you know, maybe in a relationship where one person's monogamous and the other person, you know, isn't quite as monogamous, but you know, they don't really let the other person know what they're doing. You know, things can get pretty tense. Okay, so here's the chapstick. What you kind of want to do, I don't rub the chapstick on here, so I'm just going to kind of get a little bit on my finger. But what this is good for is kind of easing up friction between the boards. And I wish it was that good at easing up friction between other things, like maybe relationships or, you know, a lot of different things. But you kind of just want to rub it on the thing so it's very, it doesn't really stick in the water, you know, that much. It's fine. It's fine. It works. Just rub it on and just pretend like there's no problems. You know, that's kind of what a lot of people do, is just kind of pretend there's no problems in whatever situation. They just kind of leave the situation as it is, and they don't make any efforts to sort of change themselves or, you know, sort of change the situation as it is. So, you know, and so your raft is pretty much done, and let's get this just get this baby in the water. I wish a lot of other things were sort of as afloat, you know, as this raft is definitely going to be when I get across to Mexico. I wish that, you know, a lot of things, you know, were sort of a better situation, but I kind of really need to get across the river to Mexico. And, you know, I can't use my passport anymore because somebody lost it. And also, plus, I can't really go through the check line now because I have a few other things that I have to deal with. And sometimes I can get angry and maybe sort of black out, but you know, it doesn't matter. So we're gonna try we're gonna try and get this baby to the water. So now I've showed you how to build a raft. Now let's put it in the water. It's very lightweight because it was made from very buoyant materials. Now let's kind of get this in the water. And once it's doesn't matter that we didn't need that part of the raft. All we need is kind of the main part, and you know, it's kind of all together. And sometimes that will happen. Things will fall apart as they seem to do in life all of the time. But it doesn't matter because there's always alternatives. You know, opportunities could sort of present themselves. So, you know, well, it looks like it's kind of staying afloat. And relatively together. If I were on it, it would be better, but I mean, I think that's the proof right there. You can see proof of concept there. So maybe I'll build a new raft tomorrow and then actually get on it and we can try it out. All right, see you tomorrow. Hello and welcome back to day 2. Yesterday we had some problems with our raft, but we got it done eventually. So today I'm going to teach you how to do a better job than yesterday. So an extra survival tip, if you're looking for a disguise to hide yourself, you can roam around the woods and find little pieces of hair, much like this. Now this hair can look very realistic and can come very much in handy. And as long as you have your handy bottle of wood glue here, you take a little bit of dab of this and sort of apply it to the facial region. And then got yourself an instant mustache. Looks very realistic and can help you hide from anyone. So now I showed you how to make a disguise. And here we go. I built a little raft, pre-built it. Very similar to the one we did yesterday. I added a little bit of support with these sticks here. So now let's get this baby in the water. Alright, what we're going to do is remove these sticks. That kind of adds a little bit of unnecessary weight, but it sort of helps frame it out at least. In this part, you want to avoid curved parts like this, especially ones with this. However, this stuff right here can be very useful in lieu of animal hair also. If you find this, you can also stick it to your lip or use it as a fire starter. Or it's very nutritious, high in fiber. So if you're constipated and you need to take a shit, you can eat that. So let's go ahead and drop this raft in the water. We're gonna go ahead and get on. Shit. Oh. But you know, sometimes the water will be really warm. Sometimes it might not be. But you wanna go ahead and sort of. And then, you know, sometimes it'll fail. But if you use persistence and try it over and over again, you can get over to the other side. Oh no. Alright, I got this. I have it. So sometimes it doesn't always work, but if you're persistent, you can definitely get across the river with the raft I showed you to make, like today. So remember, travel paths, if you need to get to Mexico very easy, just do what I did and you won't have any problems. Why didn't you just fucking pick me up? You know, I was trying to get up and you weren't helping. I'm just trying to understand what was kind of going through your mind.
I mean, but you're supposed to film all
right.
the time. So
no, I know. But, you know, you could see me like visibly struggling right there.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
part of the magic, though.
I mean, it's not really magical if I'm trying to climb out of a fucking river and I keep falling back down into it, all right? Do you understand do you kind of understand my side of it?
I don't know, man. I'm gonna ask Sherry to switch, dude.
I don't even want to work with you anymore. It's just like, it's fucking difficult work with you. It's like, you know, I don't even feel like this is being edited.